Welcome back to another edition of Idology, your weekly deep dive into all things American Idol, brought to you by feelings of unrelenting rage. I'm here with season 6 standout Melinda Doolittle. Melinda, before we get angry, before we vent,
yes.
You've got a little announcement?
I do. I actually have a Stage It show on April 16th, and I want all of you to come to it. All the details are on my website, melindadoolittle.com. I want you guys all to come. You've got to request the songs, and I will sing whatever you want me to.
If you have not seen Melinda live, if she has not come to your town and you have not been privileged and blessed to see her live, like seriously, I would not mislead you. You know this. You must watch Melinda because it is transcendent.
Thanks a lot, Michael. I'm gonna try to do my best now.
Do your best, be transcendent. Look, we never ask for transcendent from some of the people on this season of Idol, like the guy who was in the top 3 this week.
Are we really gonna start there? We're gonna start there. All right, let's go.
Once the cow's been milked, there's no squirting the cream back up her udder, so here we are to see things through.
Here's what I've got to ask you. What are you angriest about? Are you angriest about Lazaro being in the top 3?
Oh. That's a pity.
Burnell going home, or Candace and Janelle getting the hose from the judges and Jimmy? Which makes you angriest?
Do I have to pick? Yeah. Do I really have to pick?
No, there was so much wrong.
I feel like we're in some sort of freakish alternate universe right now.
An alternate reality.
Precisely.
I feel like America is playing jokes on me. I feel like the judges have no idea what's going on.
If the time continuum was disrupted, our destinies have changed.
Because how else would 3 out of 4 of them not include Candace Glover in their top 3?
I do not know.
I mean, she brought us Come Together, I'm Going Down, Natural Woman, Midnight Train to Georgia. No, she didn't sing that song. It don't matter. Even if she did, she would have blown it out of the water. All I'm saying is, Candace should have been in everybody's top 3, and she wasn't in anybody's. I don't even understand.
Right.
What kind of show is this?
Even America and Jimmy left her out.
I walked in universes where the laws of physics were devised by the mind of a madman.
You know, the thing is, that was not a countdown of who did the best this week. They left it a little vague. Ryan was like, who's in your top 3? But when Nikki and Keith started explaining it, it was very clear they were talking about overall body of work for the season.
I think these 3 could really do a lot in the business overall.
I don't get it because I really think even if you were judging it on this week, she was in the top 2 performances, hands down.
Hands down.
When she hit Fire My Imagination and she hit those high notes. And when she sort of grooved with Orianthe at the end, she understood what was happening with the guitar and sort of played off of it. And I was like, this girl actually rocked. And I think the judges gave her credit for that.
Your voice is so freaking good, you know, and you just wail up with so much power.
Did we forget what Angie did with Shop Around and with Yesterday, frankly? And even this week, they were a little lukewarm in their commentary on her performance.
Part of me also wants to make sure that when you choose these songs that you feel it.
Even though I thought Angie was probably the best this week, the judges, their comments did not reflect that. They weren't that effusive about her, and suddenly she's in everybody's top 3.
Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.
Mariah was the only one. Mariah was the voice of reason this week.
They basically bound to gag me.
I don't believe that Candace Glover is not in Keith Urban's top 3.
From the performances we've seen so far, that was my top 3.
I think he's in a liar, liar, pants on fire situation.
Don't blame him. Don't get the juice who we love.
If he was in my living room right now, I would tell him that he lied on camera on Thursday night and I didn't appreciate it, and I'm mad at him.
I'm mad at him. I believe it for Nikki. I also don't believe it for Randy.
I don't either. I think he's a liar. But we know Randy lies. Randy lies every year because he's told, like, you can stay on the show as long as you say whatever Nigel wants you to say.
Nigel Lithgow tricked you?
Thank you, Nigel.
Maniacal laugh.
So the Lazaro epidemic. Let's talk about it.
Mistakes I've made of you.
We've got to start with the duet because it was crazy. He forgot his lyrics again. Angie was up there like the cruise director, just sort of like, everything's fine, we're having a great time. As the hallways are filling with raw sewage, she's just sort of like, don't pay any attention, we're having fun.
All I could think of is like the minute that they said, hey, Angie, this week you're doing a duet with Lazaro. All I could think of is what went through her head in that moment. Like, oh crap. How are we gonna do this?
I'm tired of feeling like when Lazaro comes out of one of those performances, like he's the only one who doesn't seem that concerned about it.
Had you heard this song before? Yeah, right?
No, but sure.
Right, okay, all right.
I don't know any music. I didn't bother to study the song. You know, at the end of the day, even if you're getting a new song thrown at you, play it 40 times.
I have a soapbox. Do I have a second here?
Do it.
Because I need to ask America a couple of questions. Okay. First of all, you know how I like to be nice to people. I try to think of 3 nice things before I say anything bad. So let me say that Lazaro seems like he's a nice enough person. He's a good looking guy, even in spite of his clothing. And every once in a while he hits like a good note or 2. Okay, so there are my 3 nice things. But America, I have a quick question for you. Why are we still voting for Lazaro? Why is he in our top 3? Is it sympathy? Because if it's sympathy, are you still gonna buy his CD afterwards? Is sympathy gonna buy that? No, you're not gonna do that. Courage is great, but how long do we award courage? Every single week? Do we do that every single week? Because this is not Gladiators. This is American Idol. It's a singing competition. Maybe it's his inspiration. Inspiration is a great thing. He inspires people. But really, if you think about it, how inspiring is it if the person that you look up to gives the worst performances every week? Why are we voting for him? What's going on?
I think I can explain it.
We have to investigate.
I think that Kree and Janelle are splitting the country vote right now. And then people who like R&B, especially R&B divas, are splitting their votes between Candace and Amber. Lazaro has the tone deaf, the people who are watching on mute, the people who still remember his inspirational backstory and just love that, and people who are voting for cute but sexually non-threatening boys. He has all those votes and nobody to split them with, and I think still with 7 people in the competition, it's enough to buoy him. And I think over the next few weeks, it won't be enough. Let's talk Amber for a minute, because when you're talking about peaks and valleys,
Amber.
She's had moments where the judges have loved her, she's had moments where they were a little lukewarm on her. They gave her a standing O this week, and I think it was just for the legs. Which is not to say that it was bad. I think she sang it very well. I think it's a ballad. She sounded very pretty and her legs looked sensational.
You're right, she sang it well. I just didn't get anything from it.
How did Amber make the top 3 for all 4 judges and Jimmy? Our producer Jason Avery has a theory that she's in trouble voting-wise and they are doing what they can to push her along further, and maybe that's true.
Amber, I don't know if she wins over people in America for the votes, but I know that she is young Whitney Houston.
Obviously they love her. Obviously for some reason they think that she's the young Whitney, and honestly if they say that again, I'm gonna cry. But obviously they think that about her, so they're pushing it.
All right, Melinda, so tough question for you. Since everybody on that panel and Jimmy and America was forced to give their top 3, who would your top 3 be right now?
Overall, I'm gonna have to say Candace, Kree.
This is where it gets tough.
It's wonderful to watch you wrestle with these dilemmas. Which will she choose?
And I will give her, for this last week's performance, I'll give it to Angie.
I'm gonna zag a little bit from where everyone else went, and I'm gonna say...
I'm Haley Steinfeld, and you're watching ENTV. Hi, my name is Kiernan Shipka.
Candace, Janelle, because I think she's been super creative and she's been hungry and she's been trying her butt off, and I really appreciate it. And that 3rd spot is hard.
Oh, crap!
I'm gonna give it to Kree because the sound of her voice is still like a delicious waffle to me.
It is.
But Kree needs to step it up. Right now, she is performing at the level of a 5th place finisher.
Okay then, are you out of your Vulcan mind?
Piece of my heart was pinched nerve or not, she should have used that pinched nerve to get in touch with the pain of the lyrics.
The only thing holding her back is her emotional connection. And I think that I understand it better now that they showed her intro package and they showed how loving and caring she is.
There's no substitution for a winning personality.
And I feel like because of that, she is not able to produce the angst that it requires to sing the songs that she's picking. So just pick happier songs.
This is a woman who knows pain. She's lived a life with a lot of pain, and I think she's able to produce that musically. I don't know where the disconnect is coming in. It's my feeling that Janelle has beaten her the last 2 weeks.
This week too?
There was an energy and a liveliness and a connectedness to the audience that I felt from her. The vocal.
So the performance beat Kree's performance,
yeah,
but not the vocal.
I think even the vocal, because I think Kree missed the point of the song vocally.
This ends. I'm going to end this today.
I just feel like vocally, Kree, she gives us masterpieces vocally. Like, if you were to close your eyes and listen to both performances, I would think, performance outside of it, just vocally, you would love Kree's version better than Janelle's.
Melinda's like, for God's sakes, aren't we talking about vocals, America? I don't know what we're talking about anymore. With Lazaro in the top 3, we don't know what this competition is about.
Let's just go on the record right now. If Lazaro wins, I don't watch anymore.
Okay.
We're good on that, right?
I will accept that. I mean, I have to because I do it for a living.
We can talk about anything else you want to. We can talk about The Bachelor for all I care. We're just not talking about Idol if he wins this show.
Green-blooded hobgoblin.
I'm Haley Steinfeld, and you're watching ENTV. Hi, my name is Kiernan Shipka, and you're watching ENTV.
Aubrey Plaza, ENTV. I just touched it with my mouth, sorry.